Today at Manchester Theatres, it is my pleasure to be joined by the wonderful Amara Okereke, who is currently touring with Top Hat, and it is coming to the Manchester Opera House from the 25th of November. Now, Amara has been whipping up a storm on stage, having appeared in shows such as A Streetcar Named Desire, Spring Awakening, My Fair Lady, Les Mis, loads of different things, and she has also been on screen in shows such as Andor, The Morning After, and The Choral. So, Amara, thank you so much for joining us and toe tapping your way into Manchester with this Irving Berlin spectacular. I mean, what a show to be a part of, right?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. It is, yeah, it's a bit of a dream come true, really. I mean, I grew up in Leeds, so Manchester was a regular place, a theatre travel area for me. So it's really lovely to come back there and bring such a wonderful show.
Yeah, it really is. So tell us a little bit about it. We've got a case of mistaken identity. We've
Mm.
got falling in love at first sight. So what can we expect from the story?
It's, I mean, Kathleen Marshall describes it perfectly when she says it's kind of the original rom-com storyline. You know, you've got all the typical kind of romantic comedy uh, genre moments. You've got the mistaken identity, you've got the comedy, but you've also got this, this genuine sweet connection between these two people. And yeah, there's love at first sight, there's mistaken identity, and then there's just silly antics that ensue. And then on top of that, there is some incredible choreography, really beautiful dance numbers, and the exceptional songbook of Irving Berlin. I mean, what more could you want?
Exactly. What more could you want? Apart from your character, Dale. So tell us a little bit about Dale and maybe one of the things that you like best about her.
Yeah, so Dale is she's kind of this sort of glamorous socialite, I would say. She's kind of like the olden day equivalent to an influencer. And she travels around the world with this incredibly world renowned fashion designer called Alberto Bedini. And he makes these exceptional dresses and outfits for her. And the sort of deal between the two is that the two of them is that they travel around. She wears these dresses, she's photographed in these dresses, and everybody wants to, wear the same thing that Dale Tremont is wearing. And yeah, they start off in London. Again, they're doing their thing, and she meets this entertainer, this tap dancer called Jerry Travers, and she has no idea who he is. She's the thing with Dale is she's very self-assured. She lives in her own world. She's got her fame in her own right, and she's not really concerned with what other people are doing with their lives. She's got her job and she does what she does. So she meets this, incredibly charming, handsome, talented young man. And I think for her at first, it's just another day at the office. She gets approached by these type of men a lot, and she's thinking it's just another one of them. But he is persistent with her. He doesn't really give up on her, and he really challenges her. He makes her. He doesn't let her. Just throw him aside.
Yeah.
And I think she's intrigued by that. And before she knows it, she's fallen head over heels for this guy, until she finds out that, well, she thinks that he is someone that he's not, and that he's lied to her. So the rest of the play is them sort of trying to get to each other before the other assumes something else about the other. And there's a lot of silliness and a lot of missed opportunities. And he arrives when she's just left, and she arrives when he's just left, and it's a lot of that. But it's a really sweet love story between the two of them.
It is. And of course, originally seen in the film by the legendary Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. I mean, talk about stepping into big tap shoes. Unbelievable. And of course, I don't know if it was about this film. I think it might have been, but she famously said, well, I do everything he does, but backwards and in heels.
Absolutely.
I mean, it is come on the girls in this, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. And that's what's great about it, is that there is an aspect of the beautiful partnership that Fred and Ginger shared, that was so iconic, that lives in these characters forever, as well as representing, the whole history of the sort of golden age era of Hollywood and movie musicals, and the beauty of tap and dance, and how dance can tell more of a story than any script or any song can tell alone. And we see Fred and Ginger were so famous for telling these beautiful love stories in their choreography that they did together. And that's what we're trying to honor in our production.
And what's interesting as well is watching a show like this in today's world that is, let's say, a little bit more cynical about love. And yet in this, it's just that romance of love at first sight and the chase and the wooing and all of this. And yet people don't watch it with a cynical eye, do they? They just
No,
it.
they really do. And I think that's what it is. The thing with the musical is it just emits so much joy that you can't help just going with the flow and just riding the wave of the ridiculousness of this story. And the whole musical takes place over about 2 days time. These two people fall in and out of love and go through all these complications in a weekend, and you're watching it and you're not even really questioning it, you're just going with these people, and it's really quite beautiful.
Yeah, it is. And one of the other things that I wanted to ask you about this particular production, you've got a revolve. So you've got a
Yes.
revolve going around. Now, in rehearsals, do you get to actually rehearse with that, or is it a case of it's thrown on you at the last minute in tech?
It is sort of a bit thrown on us at the last minute in tech. Thankfully, we have this wonderful stage management team who, during rehearsals, amazingly would sort of run in and out of the rehearsal room and move the set so it would mimic what would happen during the revolve. So we're very lucky that we have this incredible crew of people that can do that. But yeah, it's a whole new thing when you step into tech and you experience the actual revolve. But we were very lucky. We had a good rehearsal team to help us out.
Yeah, it just boggles your mind that like you practice still, but then when you get to it, it's the magic of theatre, the magic of theatre.
Absolutely.
And one of the other things, of course, is we've mentioned Irving Berlin. I mean, if someone says to you, "Oh, can you mention and tell me an Irving Berlin song?" I mean, half of them are in this show alone. Cheek to Cheek, Puttin on the Ritz, Let's Face the Music, and of course, Top Hat, White Tie, and Tails. And it's just incredible, isn't it? It's song after song.
It is, and it's just hit after hit. And the thing with Irving Berlin is that his music is so universal and so timeless that even if you think you've never even heard of Irving Berlin, or you think you've never heard an Irving Berlin song, you have somewhere in the back of your brain. There's a tune that you recognize, and you can come into the show knowing nothing about the show, and somehow your brain is singing along to some of those songs. And that's the beauty of the songbook. And it's a real joy to be able to sing those songs.
And the dancing as well, my goodness. I mean, anyone who loves Strictly Come Dancing can come along and love this for the dancing, the style. But for me, in this one, it's the tap numbers. I mean, what is it about tap that gets an audience just like, it's like insane, isn't it?
It's just unabashed joy. I think that's what it is. I mean, I always say my favorite number in the show is at the end of Act One, and it's the song Top Hat, the title number. And it's such a skill to tap like that. And our leading man, Philip Atmore, who plays Jerry Travers, is, he's just exceptional. He's just one of the best tappers I've ever come across. He's won 3 Fred Astaire awards. So, he bears his predecessor's name quite literally. And you watch him and you just see the joy in him, and you see the joy in the rest of our ensemble. We have this ensemble of amazing dancers, and there's this cleanness. It's so tight and clean, but at the same time, it's so free. And I think that's what it is about tap, is that you have these clean and distinct rhythms that you get to enjoy and feel and enjoy the sound of, but you're also watching the beauty of these amazing dancers at the same time. And then on top of that, we have a beautiful Art Deco set with these gorgeous costumes. And it's impossible to watch those numbers without a big smile on your face.
Without going and just being like,
Literally. And that's the best part of when you get to the curtain call and we're doing the bows and we're looking at the audience and everyone is just smiling. And that's, what more could you ask for?
Yeah. Well, and you've mentioned the costumes as well.
Yeah.
I have to ask, are you in feathers or is it an interpretation?
It
What
is
is the dress?
It's a very, very close like honoring to the original feathers that Ginger Rogers wore in the film. You'll see it's very similar, but it's also, it's the film is in black and white, and ours, we have a very, very colorful sort of design palette. So we've brought the sort of technicolor aspect into it, but we're still honoring the original designs, and it is gorgeous. I mean, it's not difficult to believe that these were designed specifically for Dale by, an expert designer. It's just stunning.
And are they heavy to wear?
Surprisingly, no. They're actually really quite comfortable. I'm not sure how they do it, but our designing team and our dressmakers have been phenomenal, because they are the way, like, it's not just the way that they look, but the way that they move, and especially the dress that I wear for mine and Philip's number Cheek to Cheek, where we're dancing together in Act 2, it's so comfortable to move in, but you see the feathers sort of flow, and they almost are a part of the choreography themselves, and it's gorgeous. The designs are amazing.
It's just one of them where I mean, I know with so many shows, but with this, everything just comes together, and we're constantly getting new musicals, and they're amazing with the technology and the different things that they're able to do. Yet shows like this still stand the test of time, and you can put them next to all this fancy new stuff, and it's just still as spectacular today as ever, isn't it?
Absolutely. Things like this never get old. They never run out of style. And, no one ever gets tired of beautiful dresses and amazing dancing and wonderful music. At the end of the day, no matter what musical you're offering, if you've got phenomenal songs like the songs of Irving Berlin, and if you've got beautiful dancers and wonderful costumes and people having fun, then you've got a great show on your hands.
You definitely have, and I've seen it before, and I've been lucky enough to see it before, so it is absolutely phenomenal.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits?
Puttin on the Ritz.
Different types you wear a day, both pants, fit stripes, and cutaway coat.
Perfect fits.
Putting on the Ritz.
Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek.